Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is me, Mysterious Cameraman, and today we are here with another July video. We are here talking about Deadpool 1. So, we've been going through every single X-Men movie for a few weeks now, and we officially made it up to Deadpool 1. We're officially in, the final stretch, I guess? We're almost there. We gotta get through these, and then we have New Mutants, then Deadpool 3. This is a very, very interesting film. I remember I've seen this and Deadpool 2 once. Now I've seen this twice. I had not seen Deadpool 2 since. I expected to like this movie. I expected to like this movie more than Deadpool 2. Obviously, I don't know if I'm going to yet because I haven't seen Deadpool 2. I'll say I didn't like this movie as much as I think I did the first time. I think Colossus works, and I think the other girl works. I think it's paced very weird, though. I remember I was looking at the timestamp, and it was 40 minutes in, and nothing happened in the plot. In, the first 40 minutes, we were getting the backstory of Wade, so we were getting something. But what was going on in the present was still that bridge fight. And I don't think it was until, half the movie when the bridge fight finally finished. So that was a very odd decision that I felt like the movie made, because I like it sometimes. And I remember liking in Deadpool 2. I remember, the barrels and Wade dying, and I remember them showing the backstory. But it shouldn't be that long where it has to be the entire film, and then just trying to deal with that. Because that was just a very odd decision. And I think this movie's paced very weird. And I don't know if it's just that I'm so used to Marvel pacing that anytime I watch a movie that isn't a Marvel movie, it feels so much better paced than it. Because I feel like Marvel movies are all paced very similarly. But I feel like this is a Marvel movie that feels like it's paced so differently because you're with so many different characters. I think when you sit down and watch, a movie like Shang-Chi, you know what you're getting yourself into. You know that you're going to get some story, and then, the last 40 minutes is the fight. However, I feel like in a movie like this, you're like, wow, it's paced very weird. It's paced like an X-Men film, which is very weird because I don't feel like we get many characters in this. That's the other thing. What I feel like this movie does is it takes a few characters and throws them away, but I don't think we know much about any of these characters, really. I did not remember really anything going into it. I did enjoy it, though. I will say, I can't deny that. It's a fun film. The action is done very well. I think rated R action always pretty much goes well because they can do whatever the hell they want, and there's no exceptions here. I think all the fight scenes in this film are pretty good. I think the thing that brings this film down really is the final battle. I think Francis as a villain is just a really boring villain almost. I get the motivation, and the motivation's fine, and he's not really a great villain, but he's very generic, and they make fun of him being generic, but he is a very generic villain, and his idea of not being able to feel pain is cool, yes, but because Wolverine keeps regenerating, not Wolverine, oh my god, Deadpool keeps regenerating, they kind of counter each other. And I think where the final battle is set isn't a very interesting set for this movie to be taking place at. So I just didn't love where this movie was, I guess. It just didn't... Where the final battle, I just felt like it wasn't a very interesting final battle location. We don't know why Francis was there, I don't think. So, I don't really know. I did like a lot that this film did, though. I think when this film was being Deadpool, I think it worked. I think the bartender is pretty boring of a character. I know some people like him. I personally don't. I think the same with the cab driver. I think the cab driver has fun plots at times, but they're not really needed. If you took the cab driver out of the film wouldn't really change much, I feel. And that's kind of my issue with it. I don't feel like many of the side characters are needed. I did like the X-Men, though, in this. I did like Colossus. I did like the other girl. I really enjoyed both of them during their scenes, especially in the final battle. I think when Deadpool was being Deadpool, was trying to be funny, when I was trying to do the wall breaks, that's when I feel like this film really shone through. Also, for those who know about my Gotham reviews that I think I'm still going at this point when this is releasing, you know that I've seen so many things that I don't know the actress's name. I'm blanking on it right now, but the actress who plays Lee Tompkins in that and who plays Vanessa in this, you know that I'm a huge fan of that actress because I've seen them like 8 times in Gotham. So I completely forgot they were in this movie. I saw them in this movie. It's like, wait a second. But that's always fun to see them in this movie. They really are an incredible actress. Same with Ryan Reynolds. No one can deny that. But overall, this film just does a lot of fun stuff. I think the way that there's definitely fun moments in the origin of Wade, but I don't think it's a 40-minute plot. I think the origin of Wade is important, sure, but some of it I feel like could be shortened, could be taken in a little, because I feel like by the point that we get to where, like, there's like the old woman, blanking on her name, but in the house, and then eventually moves on to the final battle, not much happened prior to that. I feel like I think this film, a lot happens, but if you really think about it, in the entire first hour, we get pretty much a single scene with a lot of stuff happening in between. So once you move past the flashback of the backstory of Wade, we pretty much get one scene, a few scenes, and then the final battle. So it feels like not much happens once Deadpool's Deadpool in this film. I feel like anytime I said Wolverine in this review as well, it should be Deadpool. Wolverine's not in this one. But I think Deadpool his plots don't work when not much happens with that character. I think one of the reasons I remember liking Deadpool 2, or I remember somewhat liking it, is because we actually got Deadpool in it. I feel like this film we get Wade Wilson a lot more than we get Deadpool. And I really don't love that, because I think the scenes with Deadpool are a ton better than the scenes with Wade. But I think a ton of this film still does work. I'm not going to deny that this film still works in a ton of ways. I just feel like there are a few gripes with it. By no means is this my favorite X-Men film. I'll say I didn't enjoy it, I think, as much as I used to, but I also, I never saw this, I knew nothing about it. So I feel like that also, the shock values and some of the things it did. But I'm so excited for Deadpool 2. I'm going to do that pretty much later tonight. So, yeah, this film's fun. It's not perfect by any means. And I think that's where I wrap up this review. I don't think there's much else for me to say about it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys with Deadpool 2 and in the next one. Bye, guys.